my worst fears is that I tell someone come back and then later never comes. I don't want that. I had a friend commit suicide jumping off of a train in high school. And I remember the last time I spoke with him, he was struggling. But I was busy. And I spoke to him briefly, but I didn't take enough time to walk with compassion. I was trying to run with it. And you can't run with it because you'll miss things. And I remember his name, Jordan. It's stuck in my head. I remember that Monday we came to school, and we didn't see him in school, and we were like, hey, what's going on? We didn't see him at practice, and we were like, hey, maybe he's sick. And then Tuesday came, and we were like, did anyone hear from Jordan? And come to find out that he had fallen between the tracks on a moving train. And I just felt guilty because last time I spoke to him, I was like, hey, we'll speak. And I should have just spoken to him then. And I don't want that to happen. I have committed in myself to not live life in this fast pace where I will have to tell someone, hey, let's talk about it later. No, let's talk about it now. We had a youth night on Friday, and one of the youth was going through something, and I was in the middle of eating. I was mid-fork to mouth. I had the iPad next to me, and I was working on the sermon. I'm trying to double duty, and Allie comes to me and says, hey, so-and-so is crying, and I don't know what to do. And I put the fork down, turned my iPad off, and said, hey, let's go to my office, let's talk. 20, 30 minutes, I don't know how long it was. I didn't care. I didn't even have my phone with me. I left that too, because I determined that I had to be sacrificial and unconditional in this moment. Let's take the time you need. And I had compassion. Then Allie brought my phone in maybe like 15, 20 minutes later, and I was like, I don't need that. I'm on no one's schedule but what God needs me to do right now. So compassion. It's not always on our schedule. It requires action. It may not be convenient, and it's sacrificial and unconditional. Isaac, I want you to come up because I want to just give a demonstration, because at times when we think about compassion, let's move this over. Go ahead, showcase yourself. When we think about compassion, right, we got to look at it where someone may really be at the end of their rope. And this rope is supposed to get them to that cross. And I know some of you are like, what are you talking about? I know you can't really see it, but that's the point. Sometimes you don't see that they don't have enough to get them from where they are to the cross. Sometimes they don't have enough to get them from their struggle over there. We maxed out, Isaac. We're maxed. I can't do it. Even if I stretch you, we're maxed. But let's get you some help. Hey, Jonathan, can you come help him out? Let's help Isaac out. Let's get him from where he is, his struggle, his anxiety, his depression. Let's help him out. Go ahead. Let's take that from him. All right. Get to the cross. Oh, you still can't reach. You're maxed out. Maybe you were running with compassion. Let's do something. Jonathan, get a little dirty for us. Yeah, you're going to have to get on your hands and knees for this one. You're going to have to stop doing what you're doing. Don't care about how you look towards people, whether they think of you as being embarrassing. Like, why would you do that? Let's get a little dirty. And you know what? I'll get dirty with you. I'll do it with you because we're not going to let you do this alone. This is a team effort, right? Go ahead. Let's get him a rope that can get him from where he is to the cross. Jonathan, we just walked with compassion in a way that Isaac couldn't. Because what Isaac came with, that only got him from here to here. Then when you ran with compassion, you came up here really quick. You were ready, and I appreciate that. But you ran so fast that what you only did was get him here. And sometimes we stop here when our compassion has to get us all the way. Now, Isaac, you've reached the cross, but now can you go a little further? You can move a little further now. Or you further than where you were before. Compassion got you. Oh, look, you're still moving. Look where compassion has gotten you now. All because we decided to walk, not run. We took our time. It wasn't on our schedule. Jonathan wanted to be off this stage in a minute. Took our time. He didn't want to get down on his knees, but he did. I didn't, and I helped him. Because our priority is not leaving you from here to here or here to here. It's getting you all the way. Appreciate you guys. You're good. So are we willing to walk with compassion? Oh, look at that. Compassion in action. You can take it. Take that, because that's going to get you from point A to point B. And now that you have been given compassion, I need you to go forth and do the same. That's what it looks like. We can't just walk fast and in a hurry all the time. At moments, it will call for that, but to walk with compassion. There's this thing called walking at the pace of Jesus, right? And that was noticing that anytime Jesus would go from town to town, what did he do? Did he bike? Did he jump on a donkey and ride? He walked. They say that he walked at about 3 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour being slow enough for him to observe. Slow enough for if he needed to stop and pivot, he could. If he needed to stop and turn his gaze, he could. And he could see what was happening. So church, today I ask you, are you able to walk with compassion?